So why do we blend photos in landscape photography? Well, there's many reasons. Exposure blending, focus stacking, creative reasons. And we're gonna go over this today in today's video. So appreciate you coming along. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and let's jump into the video. So your camera is limited in how much dynamic range it's able to capture, and our eyes can see a much higher dynamic range. So exposure blending is great to capture a high dynamic range scene. You can capture 2, 3, 4, 5 photos to get all the dynamic range. You can usually get it in about 3, but sometimes when you're shooting directly into the sun, you really got to get a couple extra frames just to make sure you have everything. But it's great because it replicates more of what our eye can see. You can overdo it just like anything, but generally it's an awesome tool to use to be able to get clean shadow detail and clean highlights in your landscape photography. All right, focus stacking is great because you can get front to back focus in your full image, and it looks awesome when done right. Not always needed, but it's a great skill to have, and you need to learn it if you want to do high-level landscape photography. You can usually get away with about 2 or 3 shots to focus stack when you have like a higher f-stop, f11, f16, but the closer you are to your subject, the more you're gonna have to focus stack. So I focus stack aggressively because I shoot a lot at the minimum focusing distance of my lens. Sometimes it takes 8 or more shots to get everything because the depth of field is so tiny when you're at the minimum focusing distance. You really have to get everything. And I've come home before with 5, 6, 7 shots and not got enough. So I always take more frames than I need. That's just kind of the safe bet. So if you're very close to your foreground subject, you definitely should take a few extra frames just to make sure you have it. There's a million creative reasons to do blends in landscape photography, and it goes into the digital art realm kinda, so it's up to you how much you want to take it. Some people don't like a lot of the time blends and things like that and the focal range blends, but it is fun and it's a cool way to more express your creativity. You can do things like moving water at different times. So I'll do a lot of that with like ocean, where I'll have a faster shutter speed crashing and then slower shutter speeds kind of cascading off rocks, and it's cool together because it shows action and detail where you want, and then it has that ethereal vibe where you don't want. You can also do other like time blends where you can do like a sunset or blue hour shot and then get a Milky Way shot after that a few hours later, and those can be cool. And it's kind of up to you how far you want to take it, but it's very fun and it's a great way to express your creativity through landscapes. All right, so let's jump over to the computer, check out a few images, and I'll explain how I blended them, what I did, and I'll go over each one we just talked about and show you each example. All right, let's jump into it. All right, so this is a simple exposure blend I did in Black Rock Beach in Northeast Florida. Awesome beach out there, the tide pools get all low. But anyway, all I needed to do here was take 2 shots to make sure I had all the shadow detail in the dark areas, and just to make sure I had a frame so I wasn't blowing out the highlights in the bright areas. So this is a simple 2-image blend, and you can see the final result here. All right, here's an image that I focus stacked and also exposure blended. There's 5 images to get the rocks in focus in the foreground, and then I took 1 image for the sky, which you can see here. So I took all 6 of these images over to Photoshop, auto-aligned, auto-blended the focus stack, and then I painted in the sky exposure with a mask. And it came out pretty cool, so here's the final result. All right, this final shot is a Milky Way shot I took in Marineland, Florida. It's a 3-image blend, 30-second exposure for the Milky Way and main shot, and then I blended in 2 moving water shots that I light painted at about a 1/4 second. So I was able to blend all 3 of these together for a creative shot, and it came out pretty cool. So it's really fun to blend different shutter speeds together into one image. It can really open up a ton of creativity, and your mind kind of runs wild with all the different things you can do. Absolutely something you should try. It's super fun. All right, thanks guys. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment if you enjoyed the content, and I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Peace.